Now on CoastTV News.
2026 marks the 75th year of Delaware State Parks. How that milestone comes with higher costs for visitors. A new wave of strikes in Iran, the latest on the violence in the Middle East, with new numbers on U.S. service members killed. Accessory dwelling units in Lewis, the city taking another look at the rules surrounding the living spaces.
Wintry weather makes a brief return to Delmarva, even a chance of some snow later Monday. That turns to rain and then spring-like temperatures in the 60s and even 70s. Details coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Getting into Delaware State Parks will now cost you more. Good evening, I'm Emma Aiken. Welcome to CoastTV News at 6. We begin tonight with price hikes for parking now in effect. Delaware State Parks have been in operation for 75 years, and with that now comes parking price increases across the board. CoastTV News reporter Kevin Zappe shows us the changes you can expect.
Bill Vernon and his wife have the annual pass to Delaware State Parks so they could walk their dogs whenever they please. And like others, the Indian River Inlet is one of their favorite spots.
Oh, it's busy. Yeah, it's a big attraction. I mean, you can't beat the surf fishing and the sights and the sounds around town.
But this year, that annual pass has increased from $35 to $50 for those with a Delaware license.
Price increases just seem to be the state we're in.
According to the Delaware Department of Natural Resources and Environmental Control, all 17 parks in the state will have new prices. Some of the most notable changes include daily beach fees increasing from $5 to $10 for those with a Delaware license plate and from $10 to $20 for drivers with out-of-state tags. According to DNREC, park users generate about 65% of the revenue used to operate and maintain Delaware State Parks.
I mean, it goes along with everything else. Got to pay for this stuff, and there's always damage, always work that needs to be done down here, so that's the state we're living in.
According to DNREC, these prices will be in effect from March 1st through November 30th. I'm Kevin Zappe, Indian River Inlet, CoastTV News.
Now, DNREC says this is the first price increase in 10 years. And in response to visitor feedback, DNREC is making it easier to pay daily entrance fees this summer. In addition to cash and credit card stations, visitors will be able to use mobile pay through QR codes at certain park locations. DNREC also plans to check that all cars in parking lots have paid the daily fee or have a valid pass. A reminder that the Point at Cape and Lopin State Park is closing today for the spring and summer season. It has closed every year since 1993 because of threatened and endangered beach nesting migratory shorebirds and other wildlife species. The ocean side will reopen to the public September 1st, but Bayside won't reopen until October 1st due to shorebird migration. And staying there at the Cape and Lopin State Park employees say that entrances and parking areas are open. On your screen now, park staff say bike trails that are passable are shown in green. In pink is the Gordon's Pond Trail. Park staff say all other trails are not safely passable, but they are working to clear storm debris from trail paths. And we are now taking a live look outside into Dover. Our First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey joins us now. Bob, it was another beautiful day out there today.
Certainly not bad, Emma. And we melted more snow. Temperatures about 10 degrees colder today due to Arctic high pressure building, and it's cold now. 37 Rehoboth, Bethany Beach, 40 in Georgetown, a little milder in Seaford at 47. But we've got a raw east-northeast breeze around 7 to 14 miles per hour. And at times we've seen gusts over 20, not as gusty now, but definitely chilly out there as we're looking at some scattered clouds as Arctic high pressure is building in from the north and west with more cold air. Then farther back to the west, a disturbance across the Midwest has rain and snow, and that could be moving in as we go into your Monday. But we're good this evening, mostly clear. And as temperatures get close to freezing after midnight, watch for any liquid puddles refreezing from the snow melt, and pretty cold as we go into Monday morning. Then by Monday afternoon, we could be looking at snow as a disturbance moves in, but we're looking quiet this evening and cold, and then that chance of some wintry precip, and then a big warm up with spring-like temperatures. More on that coming up in just a little bit.
A new wave of violence in the Middle East following the U.S. and Israel's coordinated attacks on Iran with the aim of a regime change. Iran has vowed to avenge their supreme leader's death. We're now learning 3 U.S. service members were killed during Saturday's operation, and 5 more were seriously injured. Jen Sullivan has more on the growing violence.
Parts of Iran's capital under plumes of smoke Sunday as Israel launches a new wave of strikes on Tehran. You can see here people trying to flee the violence.
Combat operations continue at this time in full force, and they will continue until all of our objectives are achieved.
This comes a day after the U.S. and Israel launched a massive and coordinated missile attack designed to eliminate the Iranian regime and its nuclear program.
This is a decision of real leadership to remove such a threat and enable the world to breathe.
The strikes killed Iran's supreme leader, along with members of his family, Iran's defense minister, and other key military leaders. According to Iranian state media, hundreds of civilians were also killed, including at least 165 students whose school was hit by one of the U.S.-Israel strikes. Iran launching a wave of retaliatory strikes on U.S. military bases, targets in Israel and across the Middle East, vowing to avenge their supreme leader's death.
If President Trump didn't want to see Iran hitting back and pushing back, President Trump should have not started this war from the beginning.
Iranian missiles hitting this residential building near Jerusalem Sunday. The conflicts have rocked densely populated areas and damaged air hubs in the Middle East. This video showing smoke filling the Dubai airport.
We've seen wave after wave of Iranian missile and drone attacks. I think there's a very clear message on the part of the Iranians that no one is safe.
Oil shipments also disrupted. This tanker was struck in the Strait of Hormuz. About 20% of the world's oil travels through this major route between the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Delaware Senator Chris Coons said he disagrees with the decisions President Trump took in Iran, calling it a bold gamble.
This is going to be much tougher, and the consequences are much more unpredictable. And last, I'll just remind you, President Trump ran on no new foreign wars of regime change. So I hope the folks who voted for President Trump expecting that are looking harder at this moment and at what Congress should be doing to rein in the scope of this war and this military adventure.
Meanwhile, Maryland Congressman Andy Harris saying in part, quote, "The world is a better place with Iran's supreme leader, who was also the world's leading sponsor of terrorism, dead," end quote. And we are just getting started here on Coast TV News at 6. Coming up later, construction progress, the latest update on the Indian River Volunteer Fire Company's multi-million-dollar renovations.
The month of March starting on a cooler note today with a high of 49, average is 51, 32 the low, right where we should be for this time of year. I think we're looking at some wintry precipitation on the way, but it's a brief visit from winter as spring-like warmth builds in later in the week. Details coming up.
But first, saving seals. Mayor's Do More 24 campaign will help do just that. Stick around. We'll be right back with some more news.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
The Mayor Institute is gearing up for this year's Do More 24 campaign. It's kicking off Thursday, March 5th at 6 p.m. and running through Friday at 6 p.m. After surpassing last year's expectations, the organization is now raising money for a new seal triage facility to provide extended care for rescued seals. The Milton Theater is racing against the clock to purchase the Quayside property. That's the grassy area near the river you see here. It attracts hundreds of people each week during the summertime and for other events throughout the year. The owner of the land has offered to sell the property to the theater at a significantly reduced price of $150,000, but they only have 30 days and they need the community's help raising the money.
I am very hopeful that will happen. I think you can do a lot in 30 days. I think that we've just been very open and honest about it, and we just need help. We just need, we're doing the best we can here, and we just need a little bit more help from the community.
The theater says they will be promoting this fundraising campaign for Do More 24, which is this Friday, so proceeds from that will all go directly to the purchase of the property.
Hard to believe, but it's been exactly 1 week since we've seen the blizzard of 26. Yeah, last week at this time on Sunday. Yeah, it was really coming down, and we still have quite a bit of snow out there. We've melted a lot of it. Now, here's our Boardwalk Plaza cam. Still have the snow, and maybe a little more on the way later Monday as we see a warm front lifting to the north with light accumulation. That turns to a wintry mix as temperatures rise, and then Tuesday is just some scattered showers, maybe a mix early on, and then plain rain as temperatures warm into the 40s to near 50. As we're looking at that precipitation chance starting to ramp up tomorrow evening and tomorrow night with snow changing to rain showers, and then just spring-like rain showers Wednesday through Friday as temperatures really start to rise. But it's cold now. 38 Millsboro, 39 Gumboro, 37 at Bethany Beach, 44 in Laurel as we have a northeasterly breeze, and that's bringing in that very cold air. We're mostly clear right now as that Arctic high is building in from the Great Lakes, but right on the edge of this ridge, we're seeing what's called overrunning, the warm air lifting over the cold air, and we're seeing rain and snow across the Midwest. That disturbance will start to head our way as we head into Monday. Now, overnight, we're going to be seeing temperatures getting down near freezing. I think by 7 a.m., right around that freezing mark. Watch for slick spots from refreeze. Then I think we're looking at some snow breaking out in the afternoon hours. The temperatures near freezing, grassy surfaces, elevated areas and surfaces too could see some snow on the roads. I don't think we're looking at sticking snow. As temperatures rise above freezing, we're looking at that snow moving to the north. Then it's just a cold rain as we go into Tuesday morning as temperatures rise into the 40s and then eventually low 50s. Here's a wider view showing that snow breaking out tomorrow evening, and then it's about a 3 or 4 hour period of snow, and then we'll see that cold rain start to build to the north as temperatures rise into Tuesday. Our in-house model, maybe about an inch of snow, maybe a little more in some places. It really depends on the temperature profile. Otherwise, we're looking at just plain rain Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday as temperatures start to soar. We're going to be looking at temperatures well above normal. But tomorrow, wintry from Lewis to Dewey Beach, Chincoteague, mid to upper 30s with afternoon snow. Then temperatures may be as warm as 20 degrees above normal as we go into the end of the week and the weekend. 24 tonight, mostly clear and cold, cloudy tomorrow. 36 with some light snow into the afternoon and evening. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 52 with rain Tuesday, 62 Wednesday, and then 70 Friday, lower 70s into the weekend. Clocks go forward 1 hour Sunday morning as daylight saving time begins. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
The Indian River Volunteer Fire Company has released its latest update on renovations at Station 2 in Long Neck. You can see pictures of the progress here. The company says the nearly $4 million project will transform the facility into a 16,000 square foot 1.5-story station with 4 additional drive-through bays, upgraded systems, and expanded space for training, equipment, and bunk rooms. Construction is expected to be complete in the coming months. The fire company says major exterior work is underway, interior systems are advancing, and demolition of the existing station has now begun. Well, tomorrow is 302 Day, and the Delaware Forest Service is inviting you to celebrate in the great outdoors. They're opening their education centers at Blackbird State Forest in Townsend and Redden State Forest in Georgetown for special tours. Stop by, explore Delaware's forest history, and learn how our woodlands support clean air, wildlife, and recreation across the First State. It's a one-day only open house, so grab your green and celebrate 302 in true Delaware style.
We're looking at dry conditions this evening under partly cloudy skies, but watch for any standing water or slush, freezing, refreezing as we go through the overnight into tomorrow morning with temperatures near the freezing mark. Paul Davis 10-day forecast, 36 Monday, late day snow, maybe a coating to an inch as we go into tomorrow night. 52 with showers Tuesday, then a big warm up through the 60s. Showers later in the week into the low 70s by Friday into the weekend, looking fantastic with lower 70s. Clocks go ahead 1 hour and still mild into the following week with spring-like showers, so maybe that's it for winter. We'll have to see, Emma.
Bob, thank you, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. We will see you tonight at 11. Until then, have a great night.